There are crimes, and then there are perfect crimes. The kind that leave no fingerprints, no witnesses, no noise, just silence. And Crime 101 drops us right into that silence, a world where precision is everything, and one mistake can cost everything. The story begins along the glittering highways of California, a place where luxury cars glide under the sun, and millionaires travel with secrets worth stealing. But suddenly, a series of high-profile jewel heists begins to shake the system. Not violent, not chaotic, just surgical. Each robbery is executed with such perfection that law enforcement is left confused. No alarms triggered, no suspects, no patterns, except one, a hidden rulebook called Crime 101. A mysterious code that only elite criminals seem to understand. And that's where our central character comes in, a quiet, calculated mastermind who doesn't just break the law, he rewrites it. From the very first few minutes, the film builds tension in a slow, deliberate way. There's no rush, no unnecessary explosions. Instead, it relies on atmosphere, the sound of footsteps, the ticking of time, the feeling that something is always about to go wrong. And honestly, that's what makes Crime 101 so gripping. Because this isn't just a story about stealing diamonds, it's a psychological chess game between criminals and cops. Every move is calculated. Every scene feels like a setup for something bigger. As the investigation begins, we're introduced to a determined detective, someone who refuses to believe these crimes are random. He starts connecting dots that others ignore, patterns that others miss, and slowly, he begins to realize, this isn't just a robbery spree. It's a message. The deeper we go into the story, the more we understand the philosophy behind Crime 101. It's not just a set of rules, it's a mindset. A belief that crime, when done perfectly, becomes invisible. And that idea is both fascinating and terrifying. Because the film doesn't glorify crime in a loud way, it does something more dangerous. It makes it feel intelligent. Every heist scene in the movie feels like watching a perfectly planned operation unfold. No wasted movement, no hesitation, just pure execution. You start noticing small details, how the characters communicate without words, how timing plays a crucial role, how even a second of delay can destroy everything. And that's where the brilliance of the film lies. It doesn't rely on action to keep you engaged, it relies on precision. But as the story progresses, cracks begin to form. Because no matter how perfect a plan is, humans aren't perfect. And that's when things start getting interesting. The cat and mouse game between the detective and the criminal slowly intensifies. Each one trying to outsmart the other. Each one getting closer and closer. There are moments in the film where the tension becomes almost unbearable, scenes where you know something is about to go wrong, but you don't know when or how. And when it finally happens, it hits hard. The film also explores deeper themes, obsession, control, and the thin line between genius and madness. Because the mastermind behind these crimes isn't just stealing for money. He's proving something. He wants to show that the system is flawed. That perfection exists. That rules can be broken, without consequences. But the detective believes otherwise. And that clash of ideologies becomes the heart of the story. One of the strongest aspects of Crime 101 is its pacing. It doesn't try to rush things. It takes its time to build suspense, to develop characters, to create an atmosphere where every moment matters. Even the quiet scenes feel heavy, like they're hiding something beneath the surface. The cinematography adds another layer to the experience. Wide shots of empty roads, close-ups of tense expressions, and shadows that seem to move with the characters. It all creates a sense of isolation, like the world is bigger than the people trying to control it. And then comes the final act. This is where everything starts to collide. The detective finally gets close enough to uncover the truth. The mastermind prepares for his biggest move. And the rules of Crime 101 are put to the ultimate test. What follows is not just a confrontation, but a revelation. Because the film doesn't end in a predictable way. It challenges you. It makes you question everything you've seen. Was the criminal really in control the entire time? Or was he just another piece in a bigger game? And that ambiguity is what makes Crime 101 unforgettable. By the time the credits roll, you're not just thinking about the story, you're thinking about the ideas behind it. Can a crime ever truly be perfect? Or does every plan, no matter how flawless, carry the seed of its own destruction? The performances in the film play a huge role in bringing this story to life. The actors don't overdo anything. Everything feels natural, controlled, and intentional. You can see the tension in their eyes, the calculation in their decisions, the weight of every choice they make. And that realism makes the story even more engaging. Overall, Crime 101 is not your typical crime thriller. It's not about loud action or dramatic twists. It's about control, precision, intelligence. It's about the idea that the most dangerous criminals aren't the ones who act without thinking, but the ones who think too much. If you're someone who enjoys slow burn thrillers, psychological depth, and stories that stay with you even after they end, then this film is definitely worth watching. Because in the world of Crime 101, the biggest crime isn't getting caught. It's believing you never will.